guys, back again. This time I'm sort of continuing my little research on the Radxa X2L, and I'm not really sure what to say about this board. It's an x86 board. It's very affordable. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was either like $30 or $40 or something like that. You can use it to play games on it, right? Like I'm trying now with the Batocera. So I'm using Batocera Linux. And as always, it's a little bit difficult to move and play with one arm, but I think we can pretty much rule this one out. I'm getting, what, 3 frames a second or something like that. Now, this is PlayStation 2, so it is demanding. I have to admit that I didn't expect it really to start the games even. So, long story short, Batocera is, if you haven't used it before, it's basically a Linux distro that is created for retro gaming. So, you can install a bunch of emulators, and it will create a menu system. So for example, if you copy over some of your original games, it's going to download, box art, small video segments if you want that. All of this can be tuned. So it's basically like, having Netflix, but for retro gaming, right? So it supports most retro platforms, including Amiga. But you have to, if it doesn't find any files in the file system under the Amiga folder, for example, it's not going to show it. So there has to be some files there. Yeah, and this runs on everything. It runs on Raspberry Pi. It runs on the Rock Pi. It runs on x86, and I'm pretty sure you can build it and get it to run on RISC-V or whatever, Power PC maybe even. So Batocera is a really good system. It's seen years of development. So it's cool. And it's it makes it easy to test, the strength of a machine, just boot up and you can start on, like Amiga, you can go up to like Nintendo 64 and stuff like that. And eventually you figure out roughly how much your hardware can handle. So PlayStation 2 is out of the way. Xbox 360, we can definitely forget that. So I'm thinking maybe Dreamcast. Let's try PlayStation 1 first. I think that might be a better candidate. If I can just find the damn thing. Yeah, PlayStation, there we go. And not sure which game to try. I haven't really played that much PlayStation 1. My favorite game on the PlayStation 1 was Wipeout. And I think I had Tekken or something like that. But by that time, I was more interested in, going out on the town and women and everything. So the PlayStation sort of faded out for a few years. Crash Bandicoot, that's, at least it's a known title. So we're just going to see the frame rate on it. I think it's going to do PlayStation 1. I would be very surprised if it can't run PlayStation 1 games. I think that's gonna, but I also think that that's going to be like the threshold. PlayStation 2 is completely, you can forget that. PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, perhaps. Dreamcast is a little bit more heavy, so. But yeah, this is, at least it looks okay so far. Come on, let's go. Yeah, start. Oh, come on. I have to do something about, the one hand thing. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, will you start? There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, starting on the beach. Yeah, are we going? Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna work. This is good. It's not the fastest horse, but I'm guessing you're getting 40 frames, 42 frames maybe out of 50 or something like that. But I'm running on quite high settings right now. It sort of strikes me, I forgot about that. So it's using some of the effects that, require a little bit from the GPU. So if you sort of strip away that, I think that we can get, better frame rate. So yeah, but it's it's playable, and oh, of course, yeah, jumping in one hand, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, so okay, PlayStation 1 games. That means you can play Amiga games, you know, Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, you know, Dreamcast, Saturn, those type of things, right? Nintendo 64. Yeah, you can forget about anything above that, which is fine. I mean, it's an x86 game. It's a powerful system, but of course, it's a cheap one, right? Below $100. I think was it $49 or something? 42? No, I think it was in the like $29 or something like that. So it's a cheap system, right? And you have to get, of course, the fan. You have to buy that separately. So just a quick last insert into the video here. I decided to fire up PlayStation Portable, which is, you know, it's not as demanding as, you know, the PlayStation 2, of course, but it is newer and it has a lot of the features, you know, the graphical features that were put into the PlayStation 2 ended up here. And it looks good. It really does. So I have some anti-aliasing going. That is a little bit too slow, so I probably should turn that off. You can see that it almost looks embossed when I'm moving around, but when you stop, the image clears up. So that has to do with, you know, the effects. So if you strip this off effects, just leaving maybe some gamma correction or something like that, yeah, it's playable. So all in all, am I super impressed? No, absolutely not. The BIOS on this sucker is a nightmare. Because it doesn't upload, it doesn't refresh the hardware list until you remove something, right? So if you're installing like an SSD or something like that, you first have to remove something like a USB stick or something like that, reset, then go into the BIOS, and then it's going to notice if you put something new in. So it's like it's one step behind what you're doing, and that is absolutely annoying. It is. I can't believe that they haven't released a patch or something like that. You know, some way to flash that BIOS, because it's. I almost threw this out. I mean that. I was this close to just, you know, screw this and just throwing it in the trash. But yeah. So if you're looking for something just to play Batocera, fine, as long as you don't go above, you know, PlayStation Portable. That's going to work. It's not going to be, you know, a stellar experience, but it'll work. Having said that, I would probably check, you know, the second-hand market and see if I can find like a mini PC. Yeah, you're going to get a lot more out of it if you get like an i5, for example. If you can find that, or an i3 with an AMD chipset, yeah, something like that is going to perform a lot better. So yeah, but at least we you know, we tested it. I'm going to build something with it. I'm not sure what yet, but yeah, something. Cheers.